Well, guys, it has been a long time. It has been 2.5 years, I think, since my last video. I'm a little out of practice, so this video might be a little bit rambly, but I'm gonna try to keep it pretty short. So, where have I been? That's gonna be the big question, probably. So there's a few things that are contributing to me having not made a lot of videos. The number one reason is having two kids. So I had my first child about almost 4 years ago. And our second boy was born almost 2 years ago. With the first one, I could still make occasional videos and everything. But it got to be a lot. And the other thing that I started having to do, because my wife was no longer working for a variety of reasons, was to start working a ER job. So I've been working on and off and kind of part-time here and there, picking up shifts at an ER clinic that I will probably share more about in a future video if I get the chance. And between those two things, I was just between my normal job and between the new practice that I've been working at as well. I've been on average working 60 plus hours a week plus doing family stuff. And I can maybe get into a little bit more of that later, but I've been just incredibly busy with life. There's been a lot of stuff going on at the family farm that's also contributed. And by the end of the day, I just have not had the energy to make videos. And I know I kind of dropped off the map. And part of that was because it wasn't feeling like it was worthwhile to continue producing videos when I wasn't gaining any income from that. That has since changed, so I am monetized. I'm not making very much money, and it's not anything that is going to make a difference in the day-to-day life of where I'm at now. But maybe we will get the chance together to build that into something more and be able to focus more on videos and not have to pick up as many shifts to just pay the bills. One of the things that I did want to talk about briefly, and I'm not complaining, I'm not whining, just explaining. Student loans are expensive. Most average people for student loans have $30,000 to $40,000, which is a lot of money. My student loans when I graduated was around $275,000, and that's a heck of a lot of money. Most of that was going to be and has been at an interest rate of somewhere around 7% is kind of the average, 6.5, 7. It's a little bit lower now because of some of the loans that I've paid off in the meantime. But that is one big chunk out of every month's paycheck. And so I had to focus on what was making more money. And it's not necessarily what I wanted to do. I don't want to work 60, 70 hours every week. But it's what I have to do right now. And so that brings us to where we are right this minute, right now. Right now, I'm still picking up an occasional shift at the ER clinic. I'm still working full-time at my normal practice. Both of those things have been going well. Both of those things are fairly profitable, and I hope that what we can do is start to build YouTube to a point where I don't have to pick up those shifts. I don't have to work as much in order to make time to make videos, to spend more time with the family, because most days I'm getting home when the kids are going to bed and I'm up right as they wake up, and there's just not a lot of time to be with them throughout the week just because of how much I'm working. And I'm not complaining. I live a very blessed life, and God has blessed me beyond my imagination, and there are so many things that He has done and provided. But I'm just being really honest and open here, and I think that there's a lot of benefit to just being open with your audience and open with people in general in your life. There are some things that need to stay confidential. I'm not going to tell you how much I make exactly, those types of things. But I will kind of give you a good glimpse into where life is at. So what do I want to do from here? I do have a few video ideas here that are going to hopefully take off, that have been kind of gnawing at me and are things that I've been really wanting to make videos about. One of those being the state of the veterinary industry, kind of where it's going, where it's been, and what I think is probably going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years. And I think that would be a really interesting video for a lot of you, especially if you find yourself asking the question, why is this so expensive? So I think that will be a good video. And part of that will be maybe responding a little bit and reacting to a video put out by Dr. Jones, and I think that'll be interesting as well. One of the other videos that I would like to potentially put out is I've got a good friend who's working through his veterinary career, who's working on becoming a surgeon, and I really want to maybe be able to sit down with him for a little bit longer form content, be able to ask some questions, and have him answer, and maybe get a good interview style video. That's something else that's interesting. And then maybe some just stories from the ER and some of the things that I've seen, some of the things that you guys could be looking out for your own pets, and we'll go from there. An update on some of the animals that you've seen on the channel. Both of my rabbits have since passed away. So Ollie and Crumpet both are no longer with us. Crumpet, I think, had GI stasis, and part of that was probably a result of a liver lobe torsion, a kind of freak thing. We found that out on autopsy. And then Ollie ended up actually passing away during an anesthetic event. And that was when we were doing a teeth trim and trimming his teeth. It was something he needed to have done. He had bad malocclusion. There wasn't really another option because he was losing weight. So it was unfortunate. It happens. It's one of the risks of going under anesthesia. And he had been under a lot of times, and we've been rolling the dice a lot. And he probably had more things going on because he was starting to get a little bit older as well. So those are some life updates. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. And we are going to probably be looking at doing some membership and some of those things. I don't know how many benefits there will be with it, but just a channel update there. We're going to be working on getting a couple videos out. It probably will not be very frequently, but I want to add some here and there as I get time and as I have the ability to do that. So hopefully you guys will be seeing me again soon, and we will see you in the next video.